That's just Only in Dreams. that's just that's just the outro to Only in Dreams. Uh, everyone, that was one of my favorite Oven songs. I learned recently that Tony Molina has like a 6-track EP that isn't on streaming service. I just found it like dumpster diving, for lack of a better term, through YouTube playlists. So if you're like me and you love like Tony Molina and Ovens and that like super like neoclassical Weezer sound, there he has some work that is hard to find that I'm only now learning about. Uh but I fucking love that band. I say neoclassical because he does a lot of like classical compositions but with like uh out the ass distortion. It's like if you really dissect the kind of melodies he writes, it feels like classical. Neoclassical is basically like metal, but with, Beethoven passages. Sorry, I'm getting very nerdy. Hey, everybody. I am here. TF2 technically got updated today. It's not like a major update. I mean, depends. The SDK got updated, so for modders, it's a very big update, but in terms of like added content, it's really just like bug fixes and a couple map updates. But I have not streamed TF2 in a long while, so I don't mind having an excuse to play it. And for anyone who still doesn't know, like I've been playing Highlander for like the last year, minus the current season. So I have been playing TF2 in my absence. So I'm sure I can think of a couple fun Highlander stories to talk about while I'm streaming TF2. So that's the plan. My hands are still working. Again, you probably won't see it that often, but I just people tend to freak out when they see it, so I like to remind everybody that it exists. Let me make sure the capture's working. Okay. So yeah. I mean, I'll talk a little bit about what the update today was. A lot of people seem to be of the consensus that it's sort of like Valve's. It has the vibe of like a send-off update because by adding like SDK support and big citation, I'm not a modder or a game developer, so I don't know a lot of the lingo, but it makes a lot of TF2's. It makes it almost like open source adjacent, I guess. It makes it much easier to mod into standalone games, is my impression. So Valve seems to be sort of opening the gate for people to really rip apart TF2's innards and repurpose it for their own projects, whether that's like their own TF2 game modes or making their own video game within TF2's version of Source. I don't know the specifics, but you know, I've played a lot of TF2 mods, so I know that it's going to be used a million different ways. But in terms of base TF2, it's really just like some changes to the lighting, the way lighting is calculated. And I now have to remember how to play a game and talk at the same time. Oh. Man, I feel like a dick. This dude needs the chocolate. I'm not gonna like muse elk this and try to get a 20k, but I do like trying. So if I get real silent, it's because I'm locking in. I feel like playing Highlander has fundamentally changed how I play, like, heavy, even in pubs. Maybe it's an age thing, but I'm much more patient. Like, I am willing to just stand in a room and watch a door for 10 minutes. Nice taunt. Because that's basically what Highlander Heavy is. Unless you're like soldiers whipping you around, then you might be a bit more gung-ho. Is anyone else's stream bitrate low? I would love to know if the stream is like looks awful. It may be because I have OBS like open. Yes, it's very grainy. Let me look into it. I did change my OBS settings to record for like a video. And I might have, like, dropped the bitrate. Oh, yeah, it's set to 2500. Let me raise that. Good catch. Eagle-eyed viewers. Should be better now. It's a whole new game. Yeah, so the weird thing about playing Highlander recently is that I was picked up for Sniper, which I think I'm like decent at Sniper, but it was never my mainstay, right? And then I got switched on to Heavy, which might be the most fundamentally different playstyle from Sniper. So I've had to develop the ability to adjust. Because I'd get swapped from, like, week to week from Sniper to Heavy. Good one, Jambi. I almost have this instinct to eat chocolate after every single kill. What Highlander League do I play in? Amateur. I think if my team, like, scrimmed and practiced, we could be... What's like a notch above amateur? Intermediate? We could probably hold our own one rank higher if we actually practice. For anyone who somehow doesn't know, Highlander is TF2, but there's one of every class. Here you go, Demo Pan. So most of you might notice I'm not supposed to be here right now. This isn't actually my spawn. But we're gonna make it my spawn. So we're gonna count how many people it takes for them to like notice that I'm here. So that's 2. He sandwiched me. 3. I got 3. Nice shades, bro. Any advice for getting into actual comp TF2? Yeah, just join it. Go on to find some I don't know if RGL still has like, or I don't know if Face It TF2 is still running. I'd love to say Face It, but I don't think people actually play Face It. You should really just go, you know, to Team Fortress TV or whatever. I don't know, like an RGL forum. They'll probably have like a looking for team thread or looking for player thread. That's how I would imagine, but truth be told, I haven't had to like search for a team in years, so hell if I know. Easy peasy. I think I got up to a 6 kill streak. High five me, please. I need this. I need this, please. Thank you. Have you ever watched El Maxo's 100 Days of Spy Sniper videos? Yeah, I did see those. I've talked to El Maxo a few times. Cool guy. I thought the sniper one was interesting because having played sniper for a season, this was in like Fish's video, but I haven't really talked about it. There was an entire season of Highlander where I would like genuinely practice Osu daily because I thought I had a theory that it would make me better at sniper in TF2, and I still think that it did. I got up to, I want to say, like 4-star maps in Osu, which is like pretty good. I wasn't beating like a new 4-star every day, but there were a few 4-star Osu maps that I got down. For anyone who doesn't know, Osu is like a game, it's like a weeb game where you have to take your mouse and click buttons that appear, like pop, 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 pop. You're basically popping balloons on your screen with your mouse, right? To the tempo of a high BPM anime song. And it actually develops your reaction time pretty well, I've found. Always when you're not looking. We're all losers here. We know what Osu is. Benefit of the doubt. Don't take the heavies. Oh my god, he actually stepped back. I don't think it was intentional, but that was... I don't know, I'm proud of him. I won't play heavy like the whole stream. This is just my comfort zone. That's not a real spy. Question in your team Highlanders, why you need to crouch down? I have no idea what you just said, man. But if you want me to venture a guess, when you crouch, your head drops down. So it's harder to headshot you. And you can do dumb shit where you know, crouch behind a rock and become very difficult to kill. Unless they get behind you, then it's a little different. Oh, you mean at the start of the game, yeah. Yeah, well, you have to do that so that your medic can overheal the soldier in demo for their rollout. Even if you're on defense and no one needs to get to the front line urgently. There is a legitimate reason why in Highlander, or even in 6s, you would want certain classes to... Greg is just like... is bongoing my ass right now. I have... You know what? I'm doing an anti-Greg playstyle. I will never get backstabbed again. I'm gonna stand with my back to a wall with the Hue Long Heater. Yeah, there is a legitimate reason, which is that your demo and soldier need to explosive jump out of spawn to get out faster, but you want to overheal them to do that, so everyone else on your team will crouch so that the medic can easily overheal those classes. It's like one of the many anally minute things that you need to learn for competitive TF2. Which is like doing something that doesn't necessarily benefit you, but benefits your team. Like, my buddy Witness, I had him like come and give us some advice for Highlander, and Witness is like a heavy enthusiast. He went flying. Also, Greg still got the kill. Witness gave me some fascinating advice, which is on certain maps, my job is basically to just run at the point and die on the first mid. Because as a heavy, like, my value is in the fact I have a big-ass health pool and I can kind of waste enemies' bullets by sponging it up on the point. So like on, I think Asheville, I don't know if this is like... We've tried a few different things, but a common thing we try on Asheville is... Which is a King of the Hill map. The heavy just would roll out and run onto the control point and basically try to die. I mean, not try to die, but I would act with the knowledge that I was expected to die, basically. Which sounds fun, right? That sounds like such fun gameplay. I'm actually kind of tweaking over Greg right now. This spy, it shows up every time I try to do anything cool. I also feel bad that I'm murdering these ammo packs with my Huo. Greg left, you can relax. Oh, thank God. Now I got a new problem. It's the Blues Man Sniper. Are there dominations in competitive? I think it's disabled in TF2's comp config. But I guess it depends on how the server's configured. But yeah, it's really just a distraction. Wasn't quite a funny uppercut critical hit, but I'll take it. When did I stop using my custom HUD? I don't even know, man. I think I've like uninstalled and reinstalled TF2 for space a few times, and I just forget to re-add my HUD. I might Uncle Dane this and go engineer, because our team is not finding their footing. I wish they'd cap faster. I had like a big plan to backline, but now it's pointless. I'm sorry to like talk about deadlock while playing TF2, but it is fascinating to me that McGinnis is kind of a mixture of engineer and heavy. So while I never like played engineer, it is reframed how I look at like both those classes. Because in deadlock, McGinnis basically has sort of a dispenser with her med kit. And her wall kind of lets her set up boxes the same way an engineer can control a room. Which I think contributes to my willingness to not, like, just run into a room and spin up and die. Like, I'm kind of willing to go, I want to control this room here, so I'll just play like a sentry. Which, like, Highlander Heavy does kind of have moments where you're basically just playing a sentry for, like, the flank. See, it paid off. One of, like, the most interesting things, the soldier on our Highlander team, Twobold. Twobold is like... Abadel. You head in the game, buddy. No! Don't die! No! Was he taunting me? I didn't even need that health pack is the worst part. I could have given him it. It's the hatless spy taunting right afterwards. Ugh. So what I was saying is, my Highlander team's soldier Twobold, he's like a market gardener gunboats soldier conventionally. But we managed to convince him to play like a much more supportive soldier. Which is basically you give your Highlander soldier the whip, and then he just whips your heavy everywhere. And it turns the heavy into like one of the scariest classes in Highlander, because with a whip and a soldier carrying him around, your heavy can basically walk very forward and do some insane damage if you time it right with your team. Which is something you cannot do if your soldier isn't coordinating with your heavy. Because some of the first few seasons of Highlander, Twobold would just do his own thing and I'd do my own thing, and because of that, I kind of just played like a pocket heavy. Like, I would just follow around our demo and I couldn't really do anything but spy check. Which is like... I'm sure that existed when I first played Highlander in like 2017, but it feels like new to me. Because when I first started playing Highlander, your heavy would basically just like spy check. You would sit him behind the rock on Viaduct and he would deny bombs. But today, as I understand it, the Pyro tends to do that job more. The Pyro tends to do the spy checking and the bomb denial, and then you just throw your heavy on the flank a lot of the time and just kind of let him frag out. So it's interesting how even like over the course of a decade, competitive TF2 still changes in minimal ways. And I imagine that's also like division based. Like, I don't know how high level heavy plays differently from like amateur level, which is what I play. But I have like watched VODs of like main division heavy gameplay, and it doesn't seem that different. It seems like a lot of the time you do just kind of position him to watch like a side door. I didn't know you have a Twitch channel. Hi. I do. Yeah, the team is big time sus. Soldier kind of needs to send the occasional feed for medic. Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of classes I've never played in Highlander, but you still need to understand their role. Like, you need to... You know that a soldier... If the enemy has Uber and your team doesn't have Uber, you're probably going to tell your soldier to take a dive bomb, right? And even if he dies, he might pop the Uber. Which is, like, important to know as a heavy, because there are going to be situations where I can prevent that. It's not necessarily my job to, but... It's just, like, TF2 really is like all of these moving parts. Like if I really wanted to get nerdy about it, I could. If I like really put in the work to learn all the roles of TF2 classes and competitive, it would not be hard to make a video talking about like all the social agreements of a Highlander team. Like all the ways calling one little thing can affect how everyone on your team plays. It's like a mutual understanding of like, hey, they're probably going to try to bomb our med, so everyone needs to be ready for that. And I'm sure there's like great videos on that topic. I haven't noticed a lot of like competitive TF2 creators that are very like edutainment about it. There are a lot of like guides, like Kevin is Pwn guides, which are great for learning what competitive TF2 is. But how many like big TF2 creators take like a very artsy, lazy purple approach to explaining like the team dynamic of comp? I don't know a lot of them. I'm not saying they don't exist, but it certainly feels like a niche that could easily be monopolized. Most TF2 YouTubers are pubbers. Yeah. That is kind of the reasoning. I think it's also because there's so much. Like, competitive TF2 is so complex that it... Like, only a select amount of people can truly dissect it at that level. And they definitely exist, but they're not necessarily people who want to, you know, spend all their time making YouTube videos, which is totally valid. I mean, even in my Deadlock video, there was a million things that I wanted to say that I just didn't because it felt like too high concept or beyond the scope. Because there are a lot of moments in, like, Deadlock where all 6 of your teammates need to, like, be mutually aware of what is happening on the map. Like, there are moments of, like, one of your teammates has died, and you need to identify that if 1 or 2 more of us die, we're basically giving them mid. So there are moments where your entire Deadlock team needs to, like, mutually understand, like, no one can die right now. No one can play risky. There's a lot of weird little moments like that in Deadlock, which obviously exist in, like, TF2 and Comp TF2 too. But all that to say, like, I could... I could just be, like, a yapping list of weird hero shooter shit till the sun drops, but I'll try to hold it in. Also, I got Kritzkrieg. I don't remember the activate charge. He's not activating the charge. That is an unfortunate knock-up. Are you trying to market guarding me? Not cool, man. He knows the button. This is not good. He knows the button. FUNKe, do you ever think you'll make any more life advice videos like I do on my second channel? I'm sure I will. I'm not gonna make a promise. I don't, like, have a plan to. I kind of just use FUNKe for the excess ideas that I know won't make the main channel, and like life commentaries are that. But I don't view myself as like an advice guru, so I try not to make content because I feel like I need to make content. I make it because I have like thoughts in my brain I need to organize. Also, it is a fucking soldier server, if I've ever seen one. trying to think of like other interesting teammate dynamics that exist in Highlander. I know there are a lot of instances where we play pocket scout. Like when I first started playing Highlander, you would kind of let your scout just do whatever he wanted. You know, just run around. And we do that a lot. Lazy Purple is our scout. And if you just let him run around on the flank, he will almost always secure a couple of kills. But there are some maps, I think Asheville is one of them, where it is more valuable to basically put your scout right next to your combo, like your medic and your demo. Because your scout can just be a fucking monster at mid-range on the point. So it's interesting how there are different use cases for different classes. Like in Highlander, the scout is not subject to only playing a certain way. There are going to be maps and points where a scout is tasked with basically just running around and generating his own value. And there are going to be points where you need to basically glue him to the core of your team and then just have everyone follow him. It really depends on like how the map is designed. Because if a map has too many flank routes, it's almost like it's really valuable to just let the scout go on a world tour. But if it's a map that funnels everyone onto a single control point, then he can get a lot more done with a pocket healer. I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but that's me kind of processing how interesting Highlander is to me. What about Pyro? What's his job in a Highlander team? So kind of like Scout, it is contextual. On a base level, the Pyro to me, again, I play heavy and sniper, so my knowledge is limited. Correct me if you play any of the classes I talk about, but Pyro a lot of the time is kind of like a babysitter for your medic. You kind of just put him behind your combo. Because good teams are going to just throw like 3 classes through the sky to jump your medic, right? You're going to send a detonator pyro to a soldier and a demo to sack. So the counterplay to that is you just put a pyro right next to your medic and then have him right-click anyone who jumps him. That's kind of like the de facto role of a pyro, but there are other situations. If you know the enemy has Uber, then you're probably going to use your pyro to stuff the Uber, which is that you just keep your pyro alive while he right-clicks the Uber. Why do I have 2 medics right now? I'm like half paying attention to this game. Big! Oh, it's beautiful! It's so beautiful! I can't... This fucking sentry is gonna be the death of me. I imagine there are other use cases for the pyro. Like, you probably do just use them to spy check sometimes, but like any other class in Highlander, pyro's gonna have a few roles, and it's gonna depend on the design of the map. Because if the map is like, I don't know, really claustrophobic and there's not a lot of dive bomb angles, your pyro might not worry quite as much about stuffing dive bombs. So you just give him a different job to do. Got a kill, apparently. It feels weird using this gun, because I'm playing through, like, a lot of Quake games right now for a video, right? Check it out, guys. Hot Platinum Participant Season 21. Yeah, I don't want to brag or anything, but that's some real shit there. I'm also using this because it's my normal rocket launcher is already Hail Zone, but this thing has like 2300. By the way, isn't a Strange original like fucking like 200 bucks or something now? Someone just gave me this shit like 10 years ago, and I swear it was worth like 50 bucks. And it's somehow like doubled or tripled in value. Movement shooters, 5, 6. No, I talked about it on Patreon, but I'm splitting up the next movement shooters video because there's just too many games and too many series. So I'm gonna go series by series and just make them in their own videos. It's a lot more. Okay, fine. Sorry for the wait. I kind of had to fake them out a little bit there. All right, let's back up. Well, this is awkward timing. Oh yeah, go run. I'm gonna let you walk away. Actually, pretty good med. I won't lie. What the fuck? There's no way that's a real medic, right? Where's this fake medic? $340? Is it actually? Strange Original is 340? It's even higher than I thought it was. What the fuck happened? Did someone like delete 100 Strange Originals? Dude, oh, goodbye. Goodbye, medic. I'm at like an age where I feel actually ashamed at how valuable I swear my TF2 inventory is worth more than my bank account at this point.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
I mean, it really shouldn't. But I like having the Stranges. They feel personal. YouTuber buff? Yeah, but most of it isn't even like gifts. Most of it is like my co-pilot, which went up in value because they made it all class. Or the Strange Original, which has gone up in value for some reason. I don't like... Every investor tells me to get, you know, land. But TF2 items apparently don't depreciate. A lot of them go up. Some of them do, like my earbuds were a pretty bad investment. But overall, also this server is dead. He knows it. He knows to go uphill. I can't fight that. He's too smart. I'm out of here. There are a few Stranges I don't own. I don't even know what. I have a Wrangler. I have a PDA. There's probably like maybe like a Strange Dragon's Fury, which I don't even think exists. I don't have. Probably like a random syringe gun. Strange PDA has gone up 100 keys. Yeah. By the way, I know this isn't a great time or place, but I just think it's really funny that Paladins died and then Overwatch stole two more things from Paladins, which is the perks and Cassie. Like, the entire idea of the crossbow lady. I just think it's really fucking funny that, like, the year is 2025 and Overwatch is still introducing Paladins mechanics. No, I don't have song request. I played like one quick play match, because the Overwatch update's out now, right? Like, they added perks, which is basically you do enough damage and you can pick one of two kind of buffs for your character. And you get two of those upgrades. Which is very comparable to Paladin's start of round mechanic, which was that you basically have one of three perk options that you can just equip. He won that. He won that. With 2 HP. Like Apex. Yeah, I mean... honestly, giving credit to Paladins is a little generous. It's existed plenty elsewhere, but... it's hardly the first of Paladins' adjacent mechanics that Overwatch has added. Can you take my hand in marriage? No. I'm married to that MF and grind. The Overwatch 2 perks kind of remind me of Battleborn. Crazy how much this year just feels like 2020 again. 2016 again. We're talking about Paladins and Battleborn. But to be fair, I'd be talking about that even if there wasn't updates to those games. I do not want to be in this room. I don't know where I want to be, but I know that I don't want to fucking be in this room. This sucks, man.
Be careful, I hate all y'all French people.
That was a really funny statement, but I also have to disable voice chat because I know how this goes. But I hate all French people. Not the least funny thing to hear in VC. What does this team truly need? Kinda needs an NG. Even though this map is so goddamn small that a teleporter is useless. Rude. Do you ever listen to Weezer demos? Buddy, do you know who you're talking to right now? I listened to pretty much all of them, to the point that it's nauseating to hear them. There were some new demos in the 30th anniversary release of the Blue album, which I thought was interesting. I thought it was fascinating how you hear, like, Weezer doing practice runs of, like, the Sweater song from, like, 1993, and it sounds like a high school band that has never played an instrument in their life. Like, it sounds kind of, like, almost awful, which is, like, crazy because in 2 years they turned that into, like, a chart topper. Which isn't to say they were objectively bad, but, like, you hear the practice demos that they were playing 2 years before the release, and it's impressive how much their sound developed. Because Weezer, before they really released the Blue album, they kind of had they kind of almost had like a bluegrass, like a folk sound to them. And then they sort of pivoted to that power pop. That's the stuff I find interesting about bands, just seeing like how much they develop their sound. Here's a trick, guys. If you wait for someone to TP before you upgrade it, you can make it TP faster. This is some like deep engineer tech. So watch this. As soon as someone spawns, he didn't even use it. But trust me, this is gonna be mind-blowing in 20 minutes when I get back to the teleporter. Okay, watch this.
Plant yourself on the point, mister.
Way faster. It didn't have to do the whole recharge. Nah, I'm good. I'm out of here. This is a bad. Should really move up this dispenser. It's not helping my team sustain at all. That's a dispenser with some push value. That's a high PP teleporter dispenser. Push potential. Sentry, I have no idea where to put this shit. Maybe right here. It's turned a little bit just in case they come through this door. I feel like if it's looking this way, it's gonna get broken. I think this map sucks, actually. It's not renowned for its popularity. Say that. Not renowned for being like a fun back and forth experience. "16 teleports and we haven't finished this map? Are you kidding me? What else do you need from me? I gotta go drop a Wrangler. I should really move this shit up, I won't lie. Game's about to end. Could be big, could be big. Could someone touch? Nah. Sentry got a kill, which makes it worth it. Well, I did my job. I'm sure you've been asked this a million times, but where does OK Human rank for you among Weezer albums? Subjectively, I think it's one of the greatest Weezer albums. I think it's like... For a while, people had this complaint about Weezer, which was that Rivers Cuomo is like a 40-year-old man, 50 now, writing as if he's 20 years old, and struggling to find love while he has a wife and several kids. And so people felt like it's like very inauthentic and very like made for radio. But then OK Human came out during COVID, and it was this really, for lack of a better term, sophisticated album that included like an entire entire symposium of instrumentalists, you know, string sections and brass, and the actual subject of the songs are, you know, about like Rivers struggling with his age, with the fact that, you know, his wife will die one day, the fact that you know, he feels like everyone is, you know, stuck staring at screens and stuff like that. Like, it was a very mature album with very little like, oh man, I wish I had a girl to look at and ogle. Like, it was a very different vibe from most Weezer albums, and I think I respect that on a very, like, intrinsic level. That makes me think it's one of, like, the greatest modern Weezer albums, and I don't think that's a controversial opinion. Ooh, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. Now, like, it's not an album that has quite as many grandiose moments or sick guitar solos or anything. But I think that's also part of aging, which is appreciating something that's very different from what you're used to. Like, I still love a Why Bother-esque solo over power chords, but there are, like, bridges in OK Human, which a bridge is just sort of like a new... I don't know what to describe it as, but like a very new passage introduced at the latter half of a song. There's just some cool, like, experimental stuff on that album. Where, like, all of the strings start rising and he pulls up into a higher key. And the song, like, just enters a very different moment. And it's not a guitar solo, but it's still really impactful emotionally. I'm just running in circles. Typical Scout ADHD pub moment. Yeah, I was listening to Grapes of Wrath while I mowed the lawn today. I won't even lie. Get in spawn! Dare you. I thought I was so smart, too. I don't believe there's any objectivity in music. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. No, I guess, like, my use of that word was a little irrelevant, but I meant, like, if you're viewing Weezer as a specific sound, then OK Human objectively is not that contemporary sound. But subjectively, it is a fantastic album. Oh, I guess I'm going this way now. Someone right-clicked me. I got Hawk 2'd. You enjoy a healthy dose of ween? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I should watch Noodle's video on Ween's relation to SpongeBob. It's a great YouTube video. By a cool guy. For anyone who doesn't know, I'll give you the footnotes, which is that Ween made this album called The Mollusk, which has like a bunch of sort of aquatic undersea themes. And when I hate that I'm forgetting the name, but the guy who created SpongeBob, Hillenburg, Steven Hillenburg, I believe. While he was conceptualizing it, coming up with the concept art and the story for SpongeBob, he used that Ween album as a source of inspiration for kind of the jolly, whimsical nature of SpongeBob. A lot of that comes from Ween's album Mollusk, and if you listen to the Mollusk, there are songs where it's like, this is just a SpongeBob song. Like, it's almost unnerving how dead on the inspiration was.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
Anyways, Noodle, my buddy, fellow YouTube animator, he made a video talking about that. Great video that I do recommend. Man, I shot him with my pistol 4 times. I don't know how he's alive. When are you reaching second puberty, like pirate software? I do have like a 4 times compressor on, so I kind of am.
The freaking card stop!
Okay. You know what? You win, engineer. You won that encounter. Yeah, yeah. If you don't know any Ween truly, you probably know the song Ocean Man. Take me by the hand. In the Overman. The outro to like the SpongeBob movie. That was Ween. Ween's one of those bands where you might not have listened to an album, but you've probably heard a few of their songs. Oh, I'm sorry, medic. You were wrong place, wrong time. He bled out. Have I ever played TF2 with Noodle? No. Played a lot of Halo with him. Not any TF2 though. Yeah, this doesn't feel like my job. I'm not gonna lie. This sentry and heavy, that's someone else's job. I'm sorry if you like get jump scared by my screen caps. I do a thing where I take a photo of every heavy that kills me. So even if it's like a boring photo, that's why I do that. I think I have like 150 photos of heavies killing me on my Steam profile. Marco is a fat gay virgin, says the kunai name. And I think that was Marco who had that on. This is not a fun point to play Demo Man. There's just a sniper staring me down. It's crazy, like, how much this design, like, oozes, like, early TF2. You just have this egregious sightline that they've thrown 2 rocks in the middle of and been like, alright, that balances it. But then you have these 2 kind of high points that, let me get the hand up for this one. You have these 2 flank routes that one of them is only accessible to, like, rocket jumpers. Like, you can really only effectively get up here if you're like a scout or a soldier. Anyone can get up here, but it puts you at the whims of any sniper who's standing across it. So any immobile classes kind of have to fuck their way forward somehow through this awkward long sight line. It's just like, this is something that could only ever exist in an old-ass TF2 map. And it all is traveling towards this tiny choke point right here. Like, this is the kind of thing that I love. My brain automatically does when I play, like, a TF2 map made by Valve particularly, is I love thinking about, like, how did they come up with this? Because they give you this safe spot, like, you can get in here and kind of make a base and get backstabbed. But you're safe from the snipers in there, and really from the spam. It's cool how they give you sort of multiple routes to move forward. You have like a low-risk route, you have a medium-risk, high-risk route, and then you have the fuck it we ball route all the way up there. I feel bad for my team because I'm over here doing a map review and not contributing at all. But I think that's cool. So I'm gonna try to dislodge them from this top right, because this is a really powerful position for them to just hold. And I'm somehow the only person even trying to shoot up here. He looks so happy. How can I not take a photo of that? It's this dude, this sniper, just standing guard up. I almost feel like I need to go sniper for this. Like, do we even... We have two snipers. I hate to be the third sniper, but like... I don't think I can rocket jump my way in there. Also, their sniper's on a 13 streak. As I go to sniper, my team dislodges them from the roof, making this pick completely irrelevant. Backstab him, please. Thank you. Okay, okay. I don't like being here. I've gotten like a single headshot, and it was on a heavy. This is so... Bro, Soldier would have been a good pick here. Like, I can't really do anything to Sniper. And he would have hit that. So we're past the point of trying to control the super long sight line, and now we're in the point of trying to win the choke, which would conventionally be won with a medic. We do have one, in fairness. Next best thing, just a shit ton of stickies. I should do the job.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think that's a real pyro. He's got 3 hands. He's got a glove. Did Osu make you better at Sniper? Yeah, but I haven't played it in like 4 months. So the skills have not really, they've degraded. This is the forbidden look around the corner tech. Oh god. This is gonna be bad. I set up 7 stickies just to get backstabbed. That's Team Fortress 2. Raphael looks so lonely on the... You know what? I'm an old man. I'm just gonna contribute the only way I know how, which is swapping to NG and upgrading the teleporter. Even though I think our spawn point just changed. Actually, I don't think there is a forward spawn on this map. Bye. I'll do... This is what I gotta do. I gotta be the backbone. So now that we've gotten through the choke point of the 2009 Team Fortress 2 map, Well, we've gotten to the back half of the choke, I should say. Now we have to escape the choke point while the defenders have like a high ground advantage. Which basically necessitates running an Uber through the flank. A maneuver that I do not expect to be able to coordinate in this pub. This guy has cosmetics. And he's the demo man. Watch out, demo man! So I'm trying to like theory craft my way into winning this casual match. I find the explosive class with a hat. This is going to be a tricky one. Now my team is going to follow up on this generated value to take control of the high ground. That top right space, that is how you win Hoodoo or Gold Rush, whatever map this is. And our entire team stood in the choke point and did not walk forward. So now we do that all again. And that is how you theory craft Hoodoo. And that's okay, you know. Sophistius rolls the stone and then the stone rolls back down, and that's life. Raphael 1987 is going to be the target of my next Uber in about 50 seconds. Oh, it's okay. The demo man is just fragging out again. So this is a tempo opportunity, and it's over. I just showed up, man. I think Pat's a little lost. It's okay, buddy. It's a big map. It's hard to get around.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Okay, so Hat Guy, he's thinking we gotta take a new door. Top right is the best call. He has abandoned his medic in a sight line with a pyro, meaning I literally cannot get to him now. So that's nice. But it's okay, Pat's here for me. That single sticky is terrifying. Hey, thanks for helping me get here, man. He's building Uber. We are actual comp mode now. And it doesn't even matter because there's two medics, so it's fucking up our charge speed anyways. I'm pretty sure I don't build Uber faster since he's getting double healed, is the issue. He just dies. I like the concept of we're gonna build Uber on this pub is great, but I'm pretty sure you build Uber slower when you're getting double healed. I just didn't theory craft hard enough, apparently. I think I'm done with Hoodoo. How do I change my mindset regarding comparing myself to others? Comparison is the thief of joy. And it's good to remember that. I would say... it's gonna happen, like, naturally. You're going to do things and be like, well, someone else did something similar but better. Like, that's gonna happen. But I think it's the framing of your comparison that dictates whether or not it's a valuable comparison. Like, it's not very practical to say, well, someone else did it better, they would do it better. Or, like, I can't do it my own way. That's just sort of beating yourself up. But if you do something and you ask yourself, like, what flaws would somebody else notice if they were working on this You know, if Michelangelo were drawing what I'm drawing, what would he notice and change? Like, there is value in comparison. It's just, like, almost egotistical when it gets to the degree of, like, I'll never be as good as Michelangelo, so why should I bother? It's, like, it's giving yourself an out to not develop. When all of your work is scrutinized through the lens of someone else's work, it's giving yourself an out. Like, I feel like that's you not engaging with your own creative works through an objective lens. Like, you're not looking at something through, like, alright, through through, like, the rules of art as we know it. Like, is it a objectively well-composed art?
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
That's kind of, like, a valuable way to engage with your own art. But when you're just saying, like, would Picasso have done something more interesting? I think he would have. It's not leading you to any meaningful, like, conclusion or improvement.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
And I know that's kind of like an abstract answer, but I just... I don't know. I feel like if everything you do you're comparing to someone else's work, it's like, what is your goal? Like, what does that say about your brain chemistry? Not in a mean way, but like is your brain doing that because it wants to improve, or is it doing it because it wants an excuse to give up and not improve? I feel like most of the time it's the latter. I feel like most of the time people do that because it's a comfort. It's a comfort of I don't have to break down my flaws in a way that I can fix them. Just make cool shit. Forget everything I just said over the last 2 minutes, all the meandery shit, and just consider, like, this one statement. Like, just make cool shit. Make shit that's cool to you. And if that shit is like something someone else makes, that's fine. It's literally fine to, like, be inspired. There's nothing wrong with that. Because newsflash, an original idea does not exist in the abstract sense. Every single creative thing to ever exist was inspired by something. Even the first cave painting was inspired by a bear some guy saw. Do you think the first caveman drew a bear on the cave and he's like, oh man, this is just a ripoff of that bear I saw? Why should I even bother doing art when that bear looks way better than my drawing? Like, fuck it, bro. Just draw the bear. And don't worry so much about what the bear would think of your cave drawing, you know? Is there cave smut? Absolutely. You think some of the earliest art made by humanity wasn't a big fat pair of titties? You're nuts. Stop sapping my sentry. Not cool, dude. I would go even further and say good artists know how to infuse multiple inspirations into their art. They, like, I'm well aware of what inspires me, right? Like, my last video was pretty unashamedly, like, a folding ideas script. Or an imitation of one. But it also has, like, weird hints of, like, sequelitis. in it because that was a pretty big inspiration to me. But then, like, some of my mannerisms probably picked them up from, like, Donkey or some shit. Like, there are a lot of different places that I look and learn from. But I think the difference is I know when I'm dipping too far into one pond, and I avoid that. Because if you're dipping your entire inspiration from one source, then that's when you start feeling like, man, I'm just like an imitation of someone else. It's because you're not putting a spin on it at all. I think that's what, like, being an artist is. It's developing the skill of putting a spin on things. Even if that spin is just, I'm gonna put 75% of my inspiration into one thing and 25 in another. Like, you think every time I turn on my guitar amp, the first thing I do isn't turn on my rat pedal and pretend I'm fucking Kurt Cobain? Or Tony Molina is maybe a more accurate comparison. Like, no, I love that guitar sound. I love, like, the big, stupid, over-distorted sound. I like playing weird arpeggios over a metal chord progression. And I'm fine with that, because it's not the only type of thing I like to play. I'll turn off the rat pedal and play Green Sleeves, you know, like, that's what it's all about, man. Just find, like, the 30 things in life that you enjoy, and then figure out how to merge them all into one thing, and that's you. That's your art. And that's okay.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
I have no hat on. This is embarrassing. Need some... Forgot about that loadout. Funk, how often do you play Deadlock? Not as much since finishing the video, but I played it probably daily for a while. Now probably every 2 or 3 days. I'm trying to focus on just working on videos, which keeps me occupied right now, but generally speaking, I still play a few times a week.
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna jump and get a kill. I'm not gonna... There's 3 sentries. I mean, I knew there would be at least 2. The third one was a surprise. I mean, even now, I don't even think I can jump up top left. Oh, I don't like this position. Man, if I got an arrow right now, I might grab a medic by the face and kiss them. If I got, like, a heal. I don't think I'm getting that heal. Thoughts on the finals? Still haven't played it. Won't lie. I was trying to do a jump on that sniper in the top right. I'm gonna be the cool soldier. I'm gonna be the cool soldier that just follows a guy around whipping. The heavy named I am also better than you. See, like, I'm this heavy's hero right now. And he's getting crits. Have you ever been more dead? Have you ever seen a more game-ending push? Never mind, he turned around. I don't know why the screen cap is so loud. I am better than you, and I am also better than you. And they're anime girls. I don't want to whip them anymore. But I respect the bit. This sniper took the health pack. Criminal. I guess I'll be that guy. This is a take the L payload push. This is like I'm gonna get hit with the Sydney Sleeper and die in 6 seconds. But at least I got the payload forward. I called it. I fucking called it, man. Someone's got to do it. That's real team player shit right there. The I'm gonna die, but at least the payload is capable now moment. You didn't see that. You didn't see that either. You didn't. Just forget this entire life happened, honestly. Raging erection shoots dick. I couldn't even finish reading the description of that. At this point, I should just put on the pain train. Unironically, I wonder how good like a sack for payload loadout would go. I'm gonna theory craft a sack for payload soldier loadout. All right, hear me out. Black box, I guess Conqueror, and then pain train. Either Conqueror or battalions. I think the Conqueror would pay off better. You can walk on that? What the? I think my mouse just died. I have like a wireless Qi Pro and this thing is ass. Okay. Oh, this shit-eating grin, motherfucker. Why a conch if you're gonna die? Because the self-heal will allow me to live for like half a second longer. That's why I was debating this or the black or the battalion's backup, because the extra 20 HP would theoretically keep me alive a little longer too. This section's gonna be a lot harder because it's a rollback payload, so you can't actually really win this without getting kills first. It would be easier with the overheal, but the medic has a matching name with the heavy, so it's not gonna happen. I got the dominated heavy sitting 3 inches from the payload. Yeah, I might try the battalions after this. Sack for payload. I think I can do it this time. This is the run. This sniper. Okay, we're up. We're up. The death at this point is still pretty valuable. See? I'm the most valuable player and I didn't get a single kill. Heart bros keep winning. Heard that teleporter. What the fuck is going on? What kind of a hold is this? They're trying earnestly to hold on the right flank. This is unheard of. Usually teams just back up into their base. Got the cart loadout, so I gotta play it. I wonder if I just keep jumping on the payload, do I become like really hard to shoot? I feel like I do. Not for the sniper though. The hell is this loadout? I swear, bro, you give me an overheal every life, I will have this payload to the end in under 2 minutes. And 6 deaths. Maybe the play is to wait for my battalions. And then do the payload stack. And that'll offset the pain train because of the resistance. I think that's the play. Big air blast. We love to see it. All right. I'm min-maxing this pub push right now. The issue is this shit. I'm fucking hitting my own heavy with my rockets. Isn't it like if I'm within 2 feet, it'll go through them? That's enough. Perfect. Alright. Battalions with an overheal. If I can get an overheal, this is going to be the ultimate push. How close is he? At this point, I'll just wait for his pocket to show up. It's going to be a lot easier with these two pushing at the same time. Actual Giga Brain push. If we win, I'm taking full credit for this shit. Ironically, I'm not actually on the payload very much, which makes the pain train kind of irrelevant. Any doubters in chat? Couldn't be me. We have the E-Daters in first and second place, and then Little Caesar's Monster in third. Great. It was a great match. Truly. Venice? I love how everyone's still just voting for Barn Blitz. Yeah, that's going in the good loadout folder. Actually viable. I think I'm gonna be honest, having the heavy medic combo probably did most of the heavy lifting there. But I stand by it. I was an integral third wheel on this unicycle of a push. Unicycle. Tricycle. Tricycle. FUNKe check redeems. I legitimately don't even know how. You're gonna have to tell me what you redeemed, because Chatterino doesn't actually tell me when points get redeemed. They want a rap? Oh god, it's not the rap every, like, viewer name, right? I haven't actually rapped in, like, a year, so I don't want to do that. It is? I really don't want to do that. Give me a second. I really should have... How many viewers do I have? Is it under 200 at least? Fucking 500? I can't rap 600 names. I can't even find a beat that lasts that long. Are you fucking kidding me? You guys understand that that's a redeem I have for when I was getting like 100 viewers per stream. I like do it till I run out of breath. All right. Doom type B DMCA free. Penis music ass beat. Official bill, you're going on my will. Omger, second on the list. 1 AM W, 1 LL, a bunch of random letters and numbers. I can't spell it. 21 up, don't tell it. 70 amp. I should probably get this on my screen. I gotta figure out how to set that up. Unironically, wait. Window capture? Yeah, window capture. Okay. And oh, look, Trihex is live. Okay. That works. Abandoned Warrior is next. Absolutely terrified. Thought I'm the best. Ace Felix, you know I really feel it. Actual Castle is the realest of the realest. Ada with an underscore. There's more. 8 in row. Heavy Flow. Arrow Karasu. Still in the A's. What do I do it? How do I do it? Agent Zealot. Ahaha to it. A hips. Half of these names aren't even words, they're just a collection of random symbols put together. Like Akernova. I could do better than that. Alexander Hamilton. Your face is fat. Alexander Huey. Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Huey. Alex Greninja, I know that name, he's been here for years. I still can't rhyme it effectively. Al Posey. Get next to me. All the Zebas, all of these rhymes are formatted the same way. My switch up game is not on game. Amarillion Space, Amber Sand 2, Amty Blackfire, and Angel 6FX. Unknown on me, yes. You're next. Auntie Sauce and Ant King and the rest. Ant Zen 10. Halfway through the A's, Anxious Spice and App Store NPC. Put on a brave face, Aprisav, Archangel 735. Standing in place next to Arcus Orion and taking names. Archimedes, Arsenic, with the double space underneath. And Ashy 1 coming next as row 4720. Bayo. Baby Sour Cream 3, Becap PvP. With a better flow that probably could have rhymed together, but I'm not thinking ahead of this. How do I get ahead of this? Head of this. Baker Vivo, give me some advice. I need some to get through this list through the B's. Bangu and Banrook and Bowel Tree in the Bark script. I ended the beat. I'm on a new beat. I forgot which name I was on. Was it Baron Van Full? Was it Belzen Bien and Ben Tizaka? I don't feel like I found the correct flow yet. Holla. Big Boy Loy. Big Thick Drake. Bing King. Birdie the Almighty. Black Chestnut. Bleps and Blue Dummy. Fight me. Bobby Sore, Bone Daddy 421. I don't even have a number on how many I've done. All I know is there's at least 400 left. And I'm gonna have to cut it off at some point. But for now, it's Bleps and Blue Dummy and Bobby Sore and Bone Daddy and FUNKe and Brad and Brattleborg and Brazen Bull. Running through them all is not as entertaining as trying to find a rhyme at the end of each one. Brian the Runner. But most of these names have the same syllables and rhyme schemes. Redeem another 50K to get him to stop. That's not a bad idea. I may add that later. Bug, Bunny, Bunny Bro, Coom, Bat, Cask, Caddy Shot, Cake, Cream Deluxe, and Cap. C. Capped Dickhead, Captain Cookie 43, Captain Redhair, Catastrophic Bling, Cat Biscuit 05, Catboy Keiju, Catman 249, Set Cat Realism. A lot of cats out here tonight. Cave Smasher, Sea Dog, Chancito, Cheddar Champion, Cheese Doodles, Cheese Keek, Chef TF2, Chestnut, Leaf Fleeve, Choke Me Boy, Chosen Streamer. Sometimes these line up perfectly and just give a free rhyme. Most of them don't, and I have to wing it. Claverical, Inclindo Bring It, Clump Hammis, Seaman Natalanis, Coconut Jim, and Cognitive 12, Hollow, Comic Relief Hero, Comrade Sergil, Conga Line, Coolio Shroomish, Cosmic Psychosis, Time Out. I have an idea. What if I find the fastest beat I can imagine and run it at 2 times speed? Super fast trap type beat. I could probably knock out like 200 or 300 of these real quick if I put on like a speed beat. Fast, aggressive 808 rap beat, Jaws. I think this is just their producer tag. Hello, Comic Relief Hero, Comrade Circle, Conga Line, Coolio Shroomish, Sonic Psychosis, Craig on the Cub and Craze Panda and Kronk Hook and Kungi, Sin, Citizens, Cesar Scissor, Desman, Adali Hallow, Deparino, Data Reject. I have a headache. I don't want to do this anymore. There's too much bass in the beat. But I got through like 10 of them. That was great. Underwater beat. It's still on 2 times speed. Gonna slow it down. 1.5 now. Apparently I'm on the seas now. Kunki with the sin in the scene now. Cinderson, Cesar Zan, and Deman, and Danny Hollow, and Damperino. Data Reject, Dawes, and Duke Guy. Jador Fresh, and DK, D-Vel. It's a funny way to say devil. Dead Naughty, Deeply Incognito. Definitely Friendly, Demain, and Demoid 47A. Deny, Val, Diabolo, and Jokel Girl Gal. And Doge 2781. What's that number mean to you, son? And Doilies, and Donix 76. Dong Soap, Dong Booster, Donnie Danko, Dr. Mardex. Dr. Mardex and Mardex and Cardex and Cardex and the Card and the Hard X and Draco Fox with an X on top and a Dragon Fang 4K. Ready to pop, Dream of Spring, Dr. Robo 5710. What is this all for? Truly, like in a cosmic sense. A, B, C, D. 4. I got through 4 letters of the alphabet. About I get through like 5 letters of the alphabet. 50K bits. Can I give you like an IOU? Like, can we get to like G today? We'll get to the letter G, and then after that, on the next stream, I'll do the next. Does that seem fair? Now, if you wait a second, because I fucked up my hand tracking and I need to fix it. Ooh, pretty meaty. Don't be needy. Is the hand on screen? Now we can start to sing. Dry bones, duxus, echo danguizoxis. Now we're gonna start from the top of the E's with Echo Dango Wee 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 Wees, E Danvel, and EC, and Agu Gagu Bo, and Eggs Ringo, and AGP Man. You got a lot of initials in the names tonight, which is probably good, better than using your real name. Elite Magic Carp, and Epic Cheeseburger, Epna, and you Gunker, Evelyn-ish, Xtome 9001, it's over 9,000, and Forcupping, and Faintine, and Falcon Hawkin, and Fay Channel, and Felon Goat, and Fiatcha _ Bimbo 4, Fire Lord 135534, Fishbowl, In a Face, Flick 56, Fluid O, we're going halftime for the halftime show. Fluid O, Forda, Forden Bari, Four-Armed Bassist, and Fowler LB, Freaky Little Monkey, Fred Luva Frescus, Rich Fan, Fucadesescus, 2020, that's a 5-year-old name. I don't know why there's two hands. Funkadelic, Funnel Cake, Fizz. We got the G, and I said I'd stop on G. Like a real G. Come and tell me. I think I've lost about 40 viewers over the course of this. I might actually... I kind of expect my viewership to level off after I've been live for a while, but I might... I might either adjust the rules of this rap or remove it if I keep being over 100 viewers. You got to understand, this was made to accommodate like 2 minutes. It's not going to be a ceremonious end. And stopping. I got the 700. Oh, great. I bet it was when I was getting backstabbed by Greg. Embarrassing. Okay, let me like... Okay, yeah, I don't... It was like mirroring my hand before. Well, thank you for redeeming that. Thank you for burning your 50k points. I should... So for anyone who doesn't know, I have like channel points with random shit. I've forgotten what half of them are, but I think half of them are like either like rap or make a... Or go on a spiel about like a Weezer fact. And then my top channel points is that I'll just give you my password. I should really raise the limit on that one, though. It's been a while. Bore. You guys like my pyro? Is it a pretty pyro? I think it's a pretty pyro. Ugly, sorry. Don't do it! You got so much to live for! No! The carnage!
Competition begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Kevin's just staring at me. Medic.
Mission begins.
We're at a point where I cannot even identify when maps were added to TF2. Like, this shit could be 2013 or 2024. I don't even know. I think this is like a 2021. This was like a COVID map, I think. This was summer of 2023. Oh, okay. So like 2 years ago.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Man. Very green.
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Trying to like
1.
oh god, I'm dying. Trying to like dissect the map design here. Like you have this top left flank. That's a straight shot to the point. It's just like a really wide. Like it's obviously like Sweden-esque. Also, yeah. Oh, okay. This might be a really annoying hero to listen. Class. Sorry for the slur that just came out. This hit sound is going to be really annoying on Pyro. Really annoying. Guys, I think there's a sentry up there. My brain actually, like, thinks, like, Deadlock now. Like, I want to climb onto every roof I see. I didn't talk a whole lot about this in my video, but Deadlock has some of the greatest movement of, like, any game, period. To the point that anytime I'm playing any game, I instinctively want to crouch down a ramp to slide. And I can't do it. And it's really disappointing.
We have secured the control point.
Because there's this thing in Deadlock where if you're going down an incline and you just crouch, you fall into a slide. And it's fucking amazing. Titanfall level of good? Yeah. In some ways, I like it more than Titanfall, honestly. But it's a little different because Titanfall has the element of Titans, which is a component of the movement in itself. You know, there is a skill to parkouring around a Titan and living, which is not present in Deadlock. But absent of that, I think I like Deadlock's movement more. Because it lends itself to movement combos. Like, really smart use of dashes into jumps, into wall climbs, into wall mounts, into wall bounces. It all very organically meshes. Whereas in Titanfall 2, you know, you can kind of do like a slide into a jump. You can sort of slide jump into a wall run. Like, you have 3 or 4 systems, but you're a bit more limited in your ability to scale upwards. A lot of Titanfall's 2 movement is about conserving momentum horizontally, but not quite as much about, like, vertical gain. Like, you can grapple upwards if you have the grapple on. You can G-boost and all of that. But there's not a whole lot of built-in verticality in Titanfall 2's movement. Something that does exist well in Deadlock. There are a lot of ways to climb 100 feet in Deadlock without having to buy specific items to do it. I disagree respectively. I mean, you could convince me. I don't know Titanfall 2 deeply enough, and someone like Zweek could probably convince me very quickly that I'm wrong about that. But I think from an entry level, if you just pick up Deadlock, you can intuit the verticality a lot quicker than Titanfall 2. But that might also be recency bias, because I haven't played a lot of Titanfall 2 recently, but I have played a lot of Deadlock. So that might just be me not identifying certain shit in Titanfall 2. We did it. And I'd never built a single sentry. I just ran around shooting, and we did it. The grapple, like, you can grapple jump, but you have to equip the grapple hook to do that. And, like, yeah, you can equip Majestic Leap in Deadlock, but
Mission begins in 60
you don't need Majestic Leap to scale your way up a wall. Like, you literally can wall bounce into a heavy punch and generally get over any wall you need to. Whereas in Titanfall 2, you kind of have to wall run and then hop off and then turn around and then wall run and then hop off and turn around. You kind of have to zigzag your way up. Which is cool. It's a cool system, but it's... I'm just saying I like Deadlock's movement a teensy bit more than I do Titanfall 2's. Which isn't to say I dislike much about Titanfall 2. That's more to speak volumes of how cool Deadlock is.
mission
I built an exit, but I didn't build an entrance. I did not build an entrance, which makes that irrelevant.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't think I've ever walked over here on this map. I did not even realize this existed. Oh, this is also really annoying with my hit sound. Oh no, don't come over here and shoot me to death. That would suck. I'm just a poor defenseless NG right now. You know I had to do it to him. I didn't even turn the sentry around.
Alert. The control point is being contested. Alert. Our control point is being captured.
I didn't do the funnier shotgun emote, but it'll do.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Anyone want a coffee? It's the little things. TF2, I miss this. Yeah, you and me both. All we got is revenge. Dude, that scout had a vendetta. Good bit. Do I still have the good bit counter? I'm sad if I don't. The tutorial didn't feel like it do a good job at explaining what the fuck is actually going on in that game. In what, Titanfall 2? There are some games where, like, I've learned a tutorial is not, like, practical or even feasible. There are some games you kind of just have to pick up a ball and dribble it until you understand the rules. No. No sentries. Anytime I die, I'm just gonna blame my FPS because I'm running Unity, a Unity program, and OBS. I need a hat collection tour. Alright. Here's my red sniper who looks blue. I've had people curse me out for this loadout.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
Here's my green sniper. Most of these are color-based, I'm not gonna lie. This is my pyro. It's a sniper that looks like a pyro. I've also been chewed out for using this one in a competitive match. This is my cool-ass yellow demo. I don't have a name for it, but it has my Florida land badge, which I think this is the coolest item I own. Like, if I had to pick a favorite item, it's this vintage-ass 2015 land badge. All caps, MF Doom loadout. Probably one of my other favorite. Very cozy scout. I wonder what my most expensive loadout would be. I'd almost feel ashamed to find it. unironically,
Our control point.
if I threw on my... I really shouldn't even be on a pub doing this. I feel like a dick just taking up space. But I have my unusual co-pilot, which I bought for like 80 keys, which is like probably like... Or was it 80 bucks? Let's say I bought it for like 120 bucks a decade ago, right? Like any good teenager with money. Then this went all class, which I don't even know how much it's worth, but probably a few $100s. Shiny Shasha, also kind of expensive. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it might just be any loadout with the original on. This item is so much more... This is probably like the most expensive loadout I have. I don't really have like an expensive cosmetic. Maybe like a service medal. If we're gonna count the ring, I wouldn't really count the ring because I can't sell it. But probably you're looking at like 300 bucks. Let's assume this is like 300 bucks. That's 600 bucks. Fucking Christ, I need to sell this shit. This is technically worth 100 bucks, but it's worth nothing now. And anything else of value, I wouldn't know. Maybe like a kill streak active item. Probably an extra 5 or 10 bucks on that. This has a Halloween spell on it. Honestly, if I throw in like a Halloween spell item, which I think I only have hats. Yeah, it's really only hats. Either way, most expensive loadout. This you're looking at like 700 bucks. But most of my loadouts are probably worth like $5. I'm like shit like this. Another great loadout, by the way. Maskless Pyro. I don't think I have a good medic loadout, which is this is my favorite medic loadout, which I just call the super fucked up medic. Like this guy has been through the ringer. I don't really have like I guess like a Baron Samedi kind of loadout. Kind of cool. Crab Spy. This is the maskless spy loadout. This is I forgot about my salty fish. I gave salty fish. So God, what was it? There was one. I'm gonna give you guys some context. On my competitive Highlander team, I played with Salty Fish. His loadout basically looks like this. There was one week where I basically made his loadout on Sniper, and then just showed up to a match looking like him with an unusual, and that got a good laugh out of everybody. I think I gave him the unusual afterwards, so he has that now. My other good spy loadout, which I hope... Yes, it's birds. It's just all birds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 birds. Linux. Damn straight. I got a Linux tux. I think I crafted one... I think I had to craft this. I don't even remember, because I remember if you were one of the first 100 people to craft something, you would get a variant with a number on it. And I remember crafting like a really low tux, but this one isn't that. So I don't know what happened to it. Either way, that's my bird loadout. That's probably most of my cool loadouts. This is like we've gone through my dresser now. There was a point where I just ran like no cosmetics for a while. You know, new year, new me, but I think I've slowly put everything back on. Bombs. Anyways, that's my wardrobe. I could probably come up with a lot of goofier loadouts if we sat here playing dress up with the classes, and I would be happy to, but I think I'd rather just queue up for a match. Funny now that TF2 doesn't have a native Linux or Mac OS build anymore. Is it not run? I don't know if that's entirely true. I'm pretty sure it's still supported by Linux, or it's at least supported by Steam OS, which is Linux based. I don't know if you can play it fresh out of the box on Linux. The Mac OS one, you're correct. I don't think you can play on Mac anymore. Also, I need to, like, swap up some of these map selections, because I'm getting a lot of repeats now. You should do a TF2 dress to impress with the BTS boys. You know the fucking craziest thing on my competitive team is, like, every match, Nat, our engineer, just unboxes, like, a couple of crates, and Nat has unboxed, like, 5 unusuals live during our matches. Like, Nat is, like, 5 for 7 on unboxing unusuals every time we have a match. There was one match where I spent like $60 on stamps so I could get the stamp hat, and then I showed up to our match in the big ass fucking stamp hat. And the worst part was I was playing sniper. So I was playing sniper with the most, like, position giving away hat you can possibly wear. It was not a good idea, but it was really funny. So I don't regret it. No one ever rolls out left. So this is a free kill. This medic actually just body armored for the snipe. He body armored for— he's laughing at me! I got outplayed, I'm not even gonna lie. Usually it's the opposite. Usually someone else takes a hit for the medic. Yeah, citation on that free kill. What? Why would you do that? He just dropped 4 revolver shots into me and didn't even finish the job. Oh god. That was a war crime of a 5-man push. I don't think I've ever unboxed an unusual. Not even like an unusual taunt. I think I've unboxed a few cool things, like a nice strange now and then. But no unusual. Taunt! Got a taunt! I have gotten an Aussie drop. That is fair. I've gotten a few of them. I've gotten a minigun Aussie drop. I've gotten, I think, like a, not the fire axe, the extinguisher. You guys ready for a vintage meme strat? Please don't high-five me, medic. Don't. I'm doing a thing. You gotta be patient. You gotta really want it. Oh, so close. Worth it. Wow. He types out wow. Never killed a soldier I hadn't seen before. Minecraft creeper strat. Soundsmith strat. It's probably some shit he's done, yeah. Nope. You could swear sometimes the beggars goes off angle in your favor. Like, it is conscious and it weaves towards the enemy. I've had more moments of, like, that was so convenient. More than I've had moments of getting fucked over. Uh-oh.
Alert! The final control point is being contested.
Hey guys, we're gonna take a high five break. I need you to put your hand on the screen and high five me right now. 3, 2, oh! You missed. You fool. No, Hubert! Did it early.
Our last control point is being captured.
Man. I don't think my strat contributed much to the team, I'm not gonna lie. Might be time for a pivot. I could play some fast lane right now. Prime fast lane hours. FUNKe, do you stream Deadlock? I have not yet. I did not feel like Deadlock would be a fun stream game. Not the way I play it. Because I get like I try to be very vocal over comms. Which means you guys are just watching me play a game and not really... You're not getting like the benefit of me reading chat nearly as much. So I didn't think it would be fun to stream Deadlock. I mean, like, I could stream Deadlock and just not give a shit, but I don't think MOBAs are that kind of game. I don't like it when my teammates are, like, half paying attention. And I don't want to be that streamer who's making a team less efficient by fucking around. But, I mean, I'm not against doing a Deadlock stream. I just didn't figure it would be quite as interactive or entertaining. The stream snipers? I'm not worried about that. If anything, that's just like a challenge to overcome. Also, I don't even think stream sniping would be that practical, because, like... Even if it, like, the 3 seconds of delay on a stream would make it... Like, maybe for the late game of Deadlock, stream sniping would tell you a little bit about where the enemy is. But for the first 15 minutes of the game, you're just staring at your enemy anyways. Like, you're not gonna get a lot of valuable data by watching it. And also, yeah, you can just make a higher delay if you don't want to get stream sniped. I forgot where the health packs are on this map. Ooh, wrong place, wrong time. Thank you, scouts. Dude, I have like 2 scout bodyguards right now. I have a Rottweiler and a Pitbull named Sprinkles following me around. Get him, Sprinkles. Hey guys, I think we killed all of them. That was a suboptimal slide. There is like a complex conversation about the legality of prostitution happening inside the game chat right now. Oh, you hate to see it. Personally, you know, if you have it, you can use it. Fastlane really is like a no-frills map coming back to it. Like, there's not a gimmick. You have this top right entry point on the last, and then, like, the bottom left that no one ever uses. It's like a map that it seems like there would be a lot of different ways to kind of approach a push, but you just end up approaching it the same way every time. Like, you win mid, you shove through left, you win second, and then you shove through upper right. Like, I never see a win happen through, like, any other doors on this map. Guy just threw Girardi at me. I'm out of here. I don't have to put up with this. Egypt? Oh, fuck yeah. This would be at least A tier on my pub map. Like, pub maps that are fun to just load up and fuck around on. I'd put Egypt pretty high.
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4,
Guy really wants a teleporter.
1.
It's too yellow of a map. Could write that feedback on the forum. Egypt, it was yellow, man. There was a lot of sand. Just be happy it's different, you know? I love having to shoot someone 17 times to get them under half health. Family business moment. He was not going to respect the shotgun duel. He pulled out the minigun. Thanks, Pluto. Fuck capping. I want blood. I want to farm my Strange to 100 kills. FUNKe, have you ever watched Mr. Swipes? I can't say that I have. I've most recently watched that documentary on Casa Bonita, which is a great documentary, by the way, called Casa Bonita Mi Amore. And it's about Matt Stone and Trey Parker, the creators of South Park, buying Casa Bonita to renovate it. It's actually a really... So the documentary is following them post-COVID. Casa Bonita went bankrupt, and it seemed like it was going to get shut down. There was a South Park episode about it. It's like, Casa Bonita is like a Mexican restaurant that is designed like Disneyland. It is 52,000 square feet of a Mexican restaurant with like a cave system that you can walk around, and a bunch of paid actors running around in costume. It is like a fascinating tourist attraction. But, you know, it went bankrupt. So the South Park guys bought it for like $4 million. They figured, all right, we're gonna buy it for 3 million. We'll put like 4 or 5 million in. We'll spend like $8 million and renovate it. And then they buy it and have an inspector go around. And the inspector's like, yeah, so all of the wiring is fucked. All of the vents are full of asbestos and dirt. And so basically you're going to need to spend $20 million just to turn this thing from a death trap into a livable space. And so the whole documentary is them, like, going from a $5 million investment to a $40 million investment. And it's like basically like a Kitchen Nightmares episode is how Trey Parker described it. And it actually, like, I won't, like, recap the whole documentary for you, but I was very invested. Like, so there's like a giant diving pond in the middle of Casa Bonita where they have divers dive into a pool, and it's like a spectacle. But the exit point for the divers basically forces them to walk within inches of the fuse box for the entire restaurant. So, you know, one bad trip, one loose wire, and you get shocked to death with 50,000 volts. The entire thing is a fucking death trap. It's like, it was designed in the 70s, where the code was very different. And you can just tell, like, the whole thing is fucked. And the whole documentary is them going through, like, how do we unfuck this death trap of a building? And make it, like, you know, fun for kids and update all the characters and all that. So, look up Casa Bonita Mi Amore if you're into that kind of thing. Would not have fallen if I knew I was Ubered. They do get better chefs. I heard some people say that the new Casa Bonita food still, it's just all corn and corn products, so it's not that great, but it looks a lot better, I'll say that much. Not that I've ever been. You're just another kill on the strange list, buddy. The documentary is mostly about Trey Parker, one of the South Park writers who chooses to buy the restaurant. Because the documentary follows how, like how Trey Parker is a pretty cool guy he's like 50 now, but he still tries to see the world through his daughter's eyes. And he wants to make this really cool thing that was, like, magical when he was a kid, and he wants to give his daughter that experience of going to Casa Bonita. So the documentary is really about Trey Parker's vision of him wanting to make it not a cringy thing, but like a genuinely fun for kids thing. Anyways, that's my spiel. That's what I've been watching. I haven't started reading it, but I picked up a book, Master of Doom, which talks about id Tech. And, you know, some of their early year development. Particularly, I want to read the section about Quake. Because what I've learned is, like, the creation of Quake 1 apparently, like, pretty much fucking killed id Tech. Which I did not know when I had played Quake 1. But, like, the production of Quake 1 basically led to id Tech falling apart. Or at least ending an era. Because there was a lot of disagreements about how they were producing games, about who was given, you know, the right to lead, you know, certain level pack designs. It just caused a lot of fractures internally, it did. And so I found a book of, you know, one of the former devs talking about their experience. Yeah, the big thing is that John Romero left because Quake wasn't really everything that... Like, Quake was a compromise. Like, they wanted Quake to be a bit more ambitious and have like maybe like RPG elements or just this other weird stuff. But they just ended up sort of compromising and whittling it down to this still fantastic product. But I think Romero had issues with, I don't remember, there were conflicts with Carmack on who was designing the levels basically, and so Romero split off after that. And so if you play any of the Quake, like if you play Quake 2 or Quake 4, it's not really anything like Quake 1. Which is crazy because you play Quake 1 and it's such like a cool concept. Just this entire like gothic, Lovecraftian setting that they just don't explore in any of the future Quake stuff. I don't know a lot of the history, but hopefully I'll know it a lot better by the time I make a video relating to it. Quake 2, yeah, you play Quake 2, it's like a sci-fi shooter, and it's like, clearly they just sort of slapped the Quake moniker on top of it. It's fascinating. What am I doing? I'm a fucking family business heavy. Why am I W keying right now? Screen paused for a moment. The other book I bought was House of Leaves. Though I have not read it yet, because I'm still reading the first Lord of the Rings volume. I'm technically on book 2 of 6 for Lord of the Rings, but I don't know what it's called, because I have the big book that just combines them. I'm doing a lot of reading in my old age, basically. And I will say, the reason I bought House of Leaves is because of House.wad. Damn, I got owned. House of Leaves is like this very unconventionally written book. You know, where it will change format entirely from page to page. It's not like a choose-your-own-adventure, but it's just a very avant-garde book. And that went on to inspire House.wad, which is like a Doom map that just defies all of the rules of Doom 1 and really fucks with your expectations. And I saw House.wad and it made me curious. So I'll update you in, 2 months when I finish that book. Alright, you know what? I'm aiming from the wrist right now, and I need to be aiming from the elbow. I'm gonna lock in here. Uh-oh. Gulp! Thanks for the content on YouTube. Love your stuff. Thanks, dude. I love your positive spirit.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
I wonder if I boot up Osu and just do, like, a level. Will I see an improvement? 3, 2, 1. You know what the worst feeling as, like, a 30-something gamer is? It's your brain identifying what's gonna happen early, but your hand is incapable of, like, reacting. Like, I feel like I'm at a point where I'll play a game and I will know when someone is gonna poke a door. Or I know exactly when an enemy is going to rotate. But my hand is fucking incapable of aiming the shot and kill confirming. That's what they don't warn you of when you turn 30. It's that your brain is gonna get way better at video games and your hand is gonna get way worse. That's sniper in general. It is, but it's also like pattern recognition. It's understanding the timing of how fast, you know, different classes run. And so how quickly they can get from a point to a choke point. Trying to hide my dot under the fucking tire. Stay away! Stay away! 3, 2, 1. I can't fucking do it! I choked! This shit is exactly what I mean. I fucking can't. I choke out. That was more like drowning. Thanks. Three, two, one. Oh, well, it was a rocket. That counts. I'm taking some Valorant angles right now. It's okay, that spy's gonna stab him. And I will have contributed. You know what I need to do? I need a loadout change. This is gonna fuck with him. Also, to be clear, you can be like 45 and still great at aiming. I'm not saying like it's a global rule that you become bad at it. Like, being washed is a very personal experience. This is a war right now. You can't tell, but I'm fighting a war with this sightline. It was dirty, but we got it. Nope. Nope, nope. I have to clear the domination. I have to. Oh. It was worth it. FUNKe, what's your opinion on electronic dance music? Love Daft Punk. I love French house. I love that. What's that one band that has like the cross? It's like the 3D cross. And it sounds like a Daft Punk song. Ghost? No, not Ghost. Justice? Maybe it's Justice. I like those guys. I thought we had an understanding. Electronic, I mean, like, I guess Gorillas. I fuck with Gorillas too, if we're counting that as electronic house music. I mean, I'm not an indie head for French house. I don't know a bunch of obscure ones the way I do, like, obscure indie rock. But I like the genre. It works every time. I got owned, man.
Got a bucket of chicken.
Still fucking with Steely Dan. I'm almost 30. Absolutely, I fuck with Steely Dan. I don't mean to, like, keep bringing up my age. I really don't take it that seriously. But my birthday is in, like, a week, so it's hard not to make the jokes. I had like a good feeling where I went to like I went to watch like a stand-up set. It was like a little like lunchtime stand-up, and the guy, he was like teeing up some kind of joke about Steely Dan, and so he like asked the crowd like, any Steely Dan fans out there? Like anyone know like Steely Dan songs? And I yelled out Parker's Band. And the guy who asked the question didn't know what that was. Like, I haven't heard that one. And I was like, dude, you asked me. Next time I'll just say, do it again, I guess. Hey, spy. Get out of here. I can feel your presence emanating 40 feet behind me. He's doing the spin tech, you fucking asshole. He's literally turning his head. You win that one. Funk, I got a girl's number today. Is it over as a TF2 and Deadlock player? Don't worry, you'll fumble it. Sorry, I'm happy for you. I am happy for you. Good, I make the most of it. Have a good time. Hey, man. No, 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 no!
We have captured the control point.
That was cheap. I'm not gonna live that one down. That was a dishonorable kill bind. There is no honor in denying a man his rightful kill. It's for the whip, bro. I feel like getting a body shot as sniper is like the equivalent of like Butters, you shot him in the dick. Like, it's a kill, but it just doesn't feel good.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
Like, body shot kills really are punching below the belt. He's got the crate angle! I can do this. Like, one more. 3, 2, 1. You know what? I dropped the med. It's alright. It's all about target priority. I feel like a lot of snipers just basically taking the angle before you're even shooting. Like, you have to line your crosshair up where enemies are going to appear. And then you don't have... Then it's less correction. I just walked backwards. I'm a moron. If you line up the angle before you're even aiming, you don't have to flick nearly as much when you're taking the shot. Also, I'm getting hate crimed by this spy. I don't know why I'm giving sniper gameplay. I'm like 12 and 18. This angle is no longer safe. Oh boy, he wants it. He wants it.
Thanks, mate.
Get me out of here. Will you be streaming or uploading anything from the next Highlander event? I don't have any, like, content planned. I kind of just let the team do their recordings. I mean, maybe if the time lines up, I'll, like, stream one of the matches next season. But I don't have any plans for that. Bro, I can't see shit through this 4 layers of red burning enemies and teammates. That's what I get for getting anywhere near a door as sniper. I'll just stand here and never poke ever. And that's gonna be all my value. FUNKe, I made my own model and my friend asked me if I was inspired by you. Sad. Were you? If so, I expect royalties. No, that's fine. It's not like my style isn't exactly like super... I think it's distinct, but what I mean to say is like I have a very simple character design, right? So it's any remotely simple character design is going to be comparable to it, but it's not like I have such a specific style that you have to go out of your way to copy it. I think a lot of character designs are going to unintentionally end up comparable because it's just flat colors with a round eye. So if your friend's comparing it, I wouldn't think too deeply about it. Like, if anything, it's probably a good thing, because it means your character's probably very readable. But, I mean, I wouldn't know. That's the biggest fucking disrespect.
The control point is being contested. Alert.
I've never been more fucking disrespected in my life. Like, the non-verbal equivalent of, you're not gonna hit it, bitch.
We have lost the control point.
Speaking of non-verbal communication. Ooh. Huge down air from the soldier there. Big whip. That's a game-saving whip right there. I'm on fire, so I am now useless for this fight. What the f- There's so many medics, and I can't hit any of them. Now I wasn't even on my main, bro. I wasn't even on my main. I was gonna say that might be my last one, but I would love to play Sunshine. That's a good ass map. So I got one more in me. What's the stream title? Well, I don't know how to disable this the Streambuddy title watermark, so I just had to leave it there. FUNKe, do zoom sensitivity ratio 0.8 and suffer. I don't know what that does, but I'm guessing it's going to make my zoom sens really low. Yeah, I'll try it. I mean, I don't think I'm going to keep playing Sniper, but...
Competition begins.
Guys, you don't understand. Streambuddy Advance is like $40 a month. What's the difference? That's really high. What's the default? Is it just slightly different to fuck with me? You guys don't know what Streambuddy is? Streambuddy is the de facto software for any good streamer. It's like the only good way to host a stream anymore.
Prepare to compete in 10 seconds.
Can't you just use Streamlabs? I don't think you're getting it. Like, it's not Streamlabs, it's Streambuddy. It's an AI-powered assistant that feeds funny things for me to say whenever my stream's getting too boring. It automates the entire process of being entertaining, so I don't have to think. And the one downside is I'm not allowed to change the stream title. He's gonna pop in here in 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. What? But keep in mind, I predicted that. Also, that's a hard as fuck kill cam. Are you kidding me? Mid rocket jump?
The control point is being
Putting that shit on the fridge.
We have lost the control point.
Sometimes it's just like worth dying to get the cold as fuck shot of the rocket jump. This guy is acting... Oh, okay. That was a spy?
Alert! The final control point is being contested.
Alright, I think I'm done with Sniper. Fastest Sunshine round I've ever seen. Is Streambuddy how you get your hands on stream? No. This is Stream Manager. Streambuddy is a different thing.
Begin.
What the hell? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're only 5 men down. Hey, auto balance. You think you could fucking kick in?
Captured.
If it's not too much to ask. Well, the spy's dead, so I don't have to worry about that now. Some plays are like, I know there's gonna be 4 of them looking at this door, but I'm kind of just hoping they aren't.
The control point is being captured.
The auto balance is still not fucking kicking in.
The control point.
Oh, the crit, the first rocket crit? That's cool, it's fine. I didn't even want to be full health. This guy's jumping. I won't lie, it might be man up and play medic time for me.
Alert. Alert. Control point is being captured.
It's just my team keeps quitting. We win and then my team quits. And then we start around down 5. It's gonna happen again. It's already over. Like, it's already over. Funk, I wanted to thank you for introducing me to some of my favorite bands. I really like the musical interludes that you add to your videos. How do you come up with them? I'm gonna be honest, I literally just like open Ableton and I turn on my amp and I bullshit for 20 minutes until I have a jingle. Most of the jingles are just finding like a kind of quirky fun harmony and then just making a 3-second jingle. So nothing too complicated. I literally just like hit record and then mess around with my guitar until I have something serviceable. I am at a point where I'm starting to learn kind of how to make like reinterpretations. Like I have the Funk Study melody, right, which is just sort of this 5-6 note jingle. Maybe a bit more, like 6 or 7. But I know how to put it into different keys or do it in different kind of styles now. So usually when I'm making a video, I just try to make sure that it's fitting. Not cool, man. Just killed my teammate.
Competition begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Guy wants heals. I think this is basically a 6v6 match. We have an almost viable team comp. This arguably is viable. If I overheal everyone at least.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Oh yeah, let's abandon the medic. That's fine. I didn't need anyone near me.
The control point is being contested.
Are you the greatest TF2 streamer of all time? I don't think so, but I also don't think like there's a lot of people running for that
Control point is being captured.
title. Considering I stream it once every 7 months, I don't think I'm quite in the running. Has Gianni ever done a Fraggy Friday on TF2? You should do that. I think they updated the local server hosting with the last update, so you can... I'm pretty sure you can host a server now off your own PC using, like, Steam Play.
We have lost the control point.
Please protect your medic! I'm begging you! This guy's just... He just keeps running away from me.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
That's not real. What do we do? Mid is locked. I really am just playing spectator to this soldier right now. Get him. Oh, I totally could have flashed that guy. I'm not even gonna lie. Full responsibility for that death. Dumpy. Go get him, Dumpy.
Alert! The final control point is being contested. You failed.
Well, guy 07, Dumpy. it's just 5v5, and both teams are fucking wandering around the map. I think it might be a dead server. I'm not gonna stick this one out anymore. Bye-bye. I overhealed them before I left. That makes me a good person. Thanks, Justin, for supporting the map. You're welcome, Process. I pretty much have that for every single loading menu now because I bought every single map stamp. I think that means my map stamp hat also has a trail on every map now.
No!
You didn't see that. Uh-oh. I saw that red dot.
Control point is being captured.
Free Uber? Don't mind if I doober. Ooh, that's awkward. That's even more awkward. Alright, you get an Uber, you get an Uber. I want this to be the shortest Uber in all of... Man. Yeah. I was in over my head.
We have secured the control point. Alert! The control point is being contested.
FUNKe White Album made me realize Weezer was good. I'm happy it did that for you, man. Had a similar realization with the Beatles. Oh, bye-bye. I like how they have, like, a dedicated sound effect for when your medic is all alone with no one to heal. I found this band called Eastern Youth because I found some random YouTube channel of, like, this kid who does just, like, he covers songs, right? He did like a cover of an Ovens solo. And so I looked at his channel and he did a bunch of covers of Eastern Youth. And it's just one of those like super kind of hyper punk. Maybe not punk. It's just like a really fun, almost math adjacent band. With some grit. With some like punk shred underneath. It's always weird where, like, I find new music just from, like, random videos with 200 views that I find on YouTube. Like, very little of the music I find and listen to now is through, like, you know, Spotify suggestions. A lot of it is just weird, obscure YouTube videos I find. You hate to see it. Get him, man. That's 2 down. Well, 50% Uber is not a bad start. I think we won. Carried. Carried by the Ubered spy. The Beatles have a White Album? I think so. I think they technically have an untitled album that is colloquially referred to as the White Album. Because the album is white. Who is it? Like Metallica that has a black album? Technically? I'm in like a really bad financial state of mind where I shouldn't buy random guitar shit I don't need. But I only have one guitar with a humbucker pickup. And I don't even think it's a humbucker. It's like a double single coil. But like I was sort of gear hunting, right? I was looking at just like, hey, what guitars does Rivers Cuomo use? And almost all of his guitars have like double humbucker, double single coil pickups. He has a specific type of guitar which is made like for metal. Like it's designed for that really overdriven sound with low buzz, right? If you don't know, when you look at a guitar, you see that kind of thing under the strings. The little sort of stick of butter with the dots on it, for lack of a better term. It's the thing that's like picking up the signal. And a lot of like Weezer's guitars have double humbuckers, basically. Which I don't have. So I really want to pick up a, what is it, like a Jazzmaster HH, like a black top, a specific Fender guitar that has double humbucker pickups. I really want to pick it up, but I really should not be spending hundreds of dollars for a new guitar when I already have 4 of them. I think that's going to be my last game. I've been playing for a while now, a couple hours, and I am still trying to clear up a cough, so I think I'm going to call it there. I will update you on whether or not I get a new guitar soon enough. I'll probably hold off, though. Jazzmaster fucks? Yeah, I mean, I know it's not a $1,500 guitar, because a good Jazzmaster is going to run for like $600-700 maybe. But most of my guitars are worth like $100. I don't have a fancy one, really. And there is a variant of the Jazzmaster that has one single coil pickup, or even a P90, and then one humbucker. So it's a bit more versatile. But I want the double humbucker, because I love stupidly overdriven guitars, and that's the only way to really pick it up without too much noise. Sorry, I know I'm talking out loud to myself. I am going to end stream. Salty Fish is live if you want to raid him. I wouldn't mind raiding Salty Fish. Tell you what. We're going to go raid my buddy Salty Fish. We're going to tell him dispenser took 7, push last. And then you're going to enjoy his wonderful stream. Okay? It looks like he's playing Marvel Rivals. I'm gonna give you one of 2 sleeper agent sentences. You can either say dispenser took 6, push last, Or you can say, pop off. Now. Do it. Get the clip. Pop off. Off. Do it. So if you look in chat, I've given you one of two sentences that you can, post for the raid. I'm gonna send y'all over. Thanks for hanging out. I will probably stream again maybe this weekend. If not, you'll probably see me next Tuesday. Either way, deuces. Capiche. Bye-bye. And thank you. Live long and live well. Bye.